Okay, so today we are going to do a pretty simple training mission. Um, Going to practice utilizing the Hornet in multiple air-to-ground situations in the same sortie. So the first part will be destroying enemy radar, enemy SAMs, radar-guided SAMs, using those big boys there, AGM-88 Harms. And once we've disabled or destroyed the enemy radar sites, we will penetrate that site and destroy a couple of ships sitting out there using the AGM-65 Foxtrot IR Mavericks. Alright, so let's get the Hornet set up. Get the lights on first. Alright. RWR countermeasures are on. Go ahead and set that to waypoint 1. Set our bingo, 3,000 pounds of fuel. And adjust that radar altimeter a little bit, 300 feet. Alright, we're ready to taxi. Alright, dropping the hook, or the launch bar. Get connected to the catapult, and we go ahead and lower our wings. Alright, they look good. We'll set our takeoff trim. A quick check of the controls. All looks normal, looks good. We are ready. Good shot. Gearing flaps up. Can't go over 500 feet unless we're beyond a mile from the carrier. I'd say that's about a mile. Start the climb. Alright, while we're climbing, master arm on, air ground mode on, and start our 3-minute timer to cool off the Maverick seeker head so that they'll work by the time we get to the target. We'll bring up our RWR on that screen. We'll make sure we don't go too slow. Go to the situational awareness page. Passing 33,000 feet, we'll try to level off somewhere around 38 or 39,000. Hopefully before we get in range of the radar. We're at 64 miles and closing. I'll level it out for a little while. Need to pick some speed up. And the external fuel tank is empty. So we'll select the center pylon, drop it. That should reduce the drag quite a bit. Yep, we're accelerating much quicker now. It's a good bit of airspeed. We'll trade that for a little more altitude. Want to get above the contrails into the second cloud layer. Be a lot harder to spot. Alright, we're out of the contrails. Through the second layer of clouds. Maverick's done. Seeker head is functioning normally. Looks good. We will use that here in just a minute. Before that, we need to get the arms, HM88s, ready. Target of opportunity. We're actually going to be watching what the seeker head actually sees with this screen. I like this a little bit better than self-protection mode. There's our first radar contact. And seeker head sees it. We'll go ahead and uncage, let it lock it up. There's the handoff. 41 miles, in my opinion, at this speed, still a little bit too far away to fire on it to ensure a good hit. So we're going to get a little bit closer before we launch it. Speed's great. Mach 1, 43,000 feet, altitude's great. Just need to close the distance just a little bit more. Now we're going to drop the nose a little bit, start picking up some speed. Give it a little more energy. Alright, 33 miles. One Magnum. Right, we're going to wave off a little. Give that Magnum a chance to get down there and destroy that SAM site. Now the S is for a SA-11, but it's not the only radar. That's just the long-range tracking radar. The SA-11 can use for longer distances. There's still the launcher itself. It has its own radar. So I would expect there to be at least one more radar that needs to be taken out. See, we're doing good. We're staying outside of its firing circle, which is great. New and improved way of doing SEAD missions as opposed to the traditional wild weasel. So I got 9,500 pounds of fuel. It's pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and get off the burner, save a little gas while we're waiting. That's not good. Well, don't really have a chance with this one. There's the SA-11. Magnum. Gotta go defensive. See, 2 missiles. Gonna dump some chaff. Pull a bunch of G's.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
Throw some more chaff out there. One more hard pull.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
It's 1 missile defeated. Man, it fired another one.
Flight controls. Flight controls. Flight controls. Flight controls. Altitude. Altitude. Flight controls. Flight controls.
Man, I think that was 4 missiles. Was not expecting that. That looks like a dead SAM site to me. RWR is clean. Kaboom. Alright. First part of the mission done. So let's move on to the second part. Alright, there's our Mavericks. As long as we stay high enough to avoid those systems, the IR guided, should be okay. There's our vessels. Then we're going to go ahead and set it to ship mode just so it knows. Good luck. Maverick away. Second target. Let's try and get this in one go. Good luck. Maverick away. That is 2 destroyed cargo ships. Didn't have to get close enough to get shot at by anything else either, so that's a good mission. Well, we'll bring up the HSI, go back to more or less head back towards waypoint 0 until we get within attack-in range. Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep climbing. Get a little bit higher up, save some gas for the return trip. I got gas to burn. I'm just going to stay in the burner. We're at Mach 1.62, picking on up in speed. Alright, 55 miles should be close enough. We'll go ahead and turn the tack end on. Punch in 55 X-ray for the Stennis. There's the information. Go ahead and click that over so it's available on the HUD. We'll get rid of the heads-up display for the RWR. And we'll start getting ready to make our approach to the Stennis. to me, despite everything we just went through, this is by far the most difficult part of this mission. Landing on a carrier is the hardest thing you can do in this game, in my opinion. It's to get the approach right and everything. It's difficult. And she's only 8 miles away. We'll fly past her and then drop altitude and get behind her for the approach. And there's the carrier group. Well, we'll cut the throttles back, go ahead and start our descent. While we do that, we'll turn the master arm off, put the radar in standby. Altimeter is already set to radar altimeter, and the radar altimeter itself is set to about 370 feet. We'll start cutting down on some of the speed. Alright, let's pull through. And we'll call the Stennis and let them know.
Marshall 100.
Altitude.
Marking Moms 277 412. Angels 5.4. State 3.7. 511. Fly heading 13143. QFE 29.93. Runway 27. To pass altitude.
Alright, we are clear for an approach. Alright, go ahead and drop the hook. We're around 800 feet. We got to get the angle right. Pass right by the carrier. Make sure the deck's clear. I'm a little bit too slow.
100. Power, Roger. BRC 88. Signal is Charlie.
Alright. There's our information.
100.
Set the BRC for 088 degrees. Deck is clear. One mile. Off the throttle, start the turn. Under 250, drop the gear and flaps. Sort the trim out. All right, start the turn. Maintain 30 degrees. Slow, steady descent rate. A little high. Great groove time. Right for lineup. Good trap. Looks like the hook's still, yep. There we go. All right, I call that a mission success.